What's up, gang? We're back. We're back. I'm just gonna do a bit of study, bit of bit of math, and yeah, we'll go from there. Before I jump into that math textbook, I'm just gonna watch. Just gonna try and do a little bit of this, um, whatever this is called, this bootcamp thing.
Hey guys, welcome to my reasoning course. So I wanted to start by just showing you where I think reasoning fits into solving GAMSAT
I think I have
problems.
seen this though.
So we'll go through each of these aspects in more detail through the course, but really how I think about solving GAMSAT problems is step one is defining the problem. So really, this is going to the question and just saying, why can't I solve this? From there, we then want to find information, find relevant information. And with that information, this is usually where most people get really stuck. So they can see that there's something relevant there, but they can't quite use it. And this is where the reasoning comes in. So with this information, I'm going to show you, firstly, how you can identify from the information which of these reasoning frameworks to use, and then also the actual framework itself so that you can make this information that you can't use into a usable state. And from this, after we've done that reasoning step, we can then use that to solve the problem. Now, there might be other things in here like math skills or some kind of chemistry knowledge or something like that, right? So that's everything in the crash course. So there will be additional steps to actually solving that problem, but really where reasoning fits in is how we find that relevant information and then turn that into a usable state such that we can actually solve the problem. Now, the other aspect that we're going to cover in this course is when we're actually applying these reasoning skills, there's often cognitive biases that we need to overcome as well. So for each of the reasoning frameworks, I'll introduce the common biases that I see pop up associated with that reasoning framework so that you can make sure you're aware of it and overcome it and ultimately not fall for it. So that's a quick little overview of what we're going to go through in this course. I've stated before that we want to define the problem, find the information, and then use our reasoning. And we still want to do that for section one, but there is just a slight change in how we're going to approach questions, and that's because of something called the framing effect. So what the framing effect is how we can actually change what we decide to do based on how information is presented. So here we have a situation where 600 people have a horrible disease, and there's two paths that you can take. So option one is you can save 200, or option B is you can try a treatment, and there's a 1 in 3 chance that you save everyone. So, take 5-10 seconds and just
Seen this as well, so
think option A is 400 people die. What I've presented here, these are actually with the same probability thing. Conclusive pieces of evidence, you will find conclusive pieces of evidence for all four of these options in section one. So we don't want to let that bias our decision making. We want to read the question, that's almost defined as it is, and then we just go and find that information and solve it from there. So we're more forming an opinion already, and then we're going and comparing that to the answer options.
okay. I see what he's done here is change this so it's more you. There's practice built into those tutorials. It's pretty cool. I think that's what he's done. I guess we're doing this now. We'll do this for a little bit, and then we'll do the math. I want to do the math, but we're kind of in this now, and I don't really know the answer to this, so it's piqued my interest. Um, okay, I'm gonna paraphrase each line because I'm so lost. I don't really know what the hell this thing's talking about. So, I'm gonna travel from an antique land. Um, okay, someone met someone. Someone met a traveler. He said two big legs, two big piles of stone, I guess, stand in the desert. Next to them, I don't know what a shattered visage is. And near them, broken thing, I guess. Is that like a ship? Is that what that is? Yeah, some descriptive things, great. The sculptor of the stone.
I just gave up on question one. Too hard.
Hey bro, which one's this? Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, it's on.
The Pharaoh's hand.
Oh wait. Oh wait. Yellow.
I'm so lost right now. Which one did you say it was? Hello?
Wait, can I have a read and go at it?
Yeah, there you go. Can you see it?
Yeah. Uh, shit. I'm gonna say D. I don't know. Um, D because the statues, I guess, have been ruined by time.
Okay. Um, I mean, yeah, I get the reasoning. Ruthless Hand of Time. But isn't it saying that isn't it saying that everything has like not lasted except the those like stone things, those statue, whatever
The
it is.
legs. Too
So
fast and complex legs of style.
I think it's saying
oh no, it doesn't really say that they're the only things that lasted.
Shit. But,
Let's Tyranny's Hand, Sculptor's Art. Yeah, I'll put D and
wait,
then I'll go to the next one and
wait,
see.
wait. Is the hand that mocked them referring to the them? Is it referring to the things that are stamped on the lifeless things? Like the sentence above it.
Yet survive stamped on these lifeless things. Um, the hand that mocked them, the heart that fed. Yeah, possibly.
Hmm.
What confuses me about like this is I don't really like it doesn't seem to make like grammatical sense to me, and that's what's throwing me
No.
off. Do you know what this line means? Tell that its sculptor
That's
well
exactly what I'm trying to
construction.
find
Yeah,
out. Like, it's so like weird that line.
yeah.
Sculpt. Like maybe it's like praising the sculptor that the the sculpture is actually like, pretty expressive of what he's trying to express
Hmm. Yeah, yeah,
of his
yeah.
message.
Yeah, and then so yeah, and he's expressive of his message, and they also survive. Um,
Yeah, and
and
they're
then
stamped on the lifeless things.
yeah, the hand that mocked them, and the heart that fed. I think maybe the sculpture a depiction of this king, of the King of
Yeah,
Kings,
yeah.
and then maybe there would that lean more to C then, a tyrannical hand?
That's what I was thinking. But then now I was thinking about C once you explained it. But then I mean, if you like the king's praise, the fact that they're praising the king, only one thing can like overthrow the king, and that's like time, because the king will eventually go away.
Right.
Time.
And the lockdowns. But isn't the sculpture a like sort of mark of respect to the king? And so even though he's not surviving, the sculpture still remains there, and so it's kind of like a
Yeah, it is respect to the king. King of Kings. Nothing beside it is around the decay. Let's see. Well, I think the author, like, he's like, oh, yeah, whoever it is, they're like, how do I say it? They're showing how like even the mightiest of kings like fall and fade into obscurity.
right.
So
Okay.
that's why he's like using the words like decay and like wreck and like the sands, loner level sands that stretch far away. And this poem's pretty popular.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like the name Ozymandias is pretty popular in pop culture.
I swear I heard that in the movie 300 or something.
That's I think Ozymandias is like the name of a Breaking Bad episode.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I'm stuck between Tyrannical Hand and Ruthless Hand of Time, but yeah, I like
I'll say
the
D.
D. All right,
I'll
yeah,
say D. Yeah, that's fine.
I'll go with D as well. And then I think the guy explains the reasoning behind it after this. So,
Okay.
um, I'm gonna do question two. Are you doing question 2 as well?
Yeah.
Would C not align with your with the first one?
Yeah, it would. I mean, C and I don't know, they all look pretty strong to me, but I'd say it's like between C or probably yeah, C actually is pretty clear. Actual triumphs. I mean, within the context of the poem itself, C is like the best. But if the author's trying to show like what Ozymandias thought of himself, then A is like pretty clear as well. Like Ozymandias, like his purpose of saying that was to illustrate his achievements and the triumphs of his reign. But within the context, I'd say it's C as well.
Okay. So yes.
What was your answer?
I got well, I what did I do? For the first one, without like your input, I think I probably I would have wanted to put D, but I would have thought it was like a trap or something, I think.
Oh yeah.
So I might have done like C, I think maybe, or
Mhm,
may possibly B, but probably not. Maybe C, maybe
mhm.
D. I'm not sure. I would have thrown up between the two and probably just 50-50. And then for the second one, I probably would have done. Makes it harder for the second one because I didn't really know the first one, but probably I probably would have got. I think I would have got C as well
Yeah.
for two.
Okay, so let's get started on our first reasoning framework, which
Oh,
is
he
going to
actually
be
doesn't. Oh yeah, he does explain it.
interpretive reasoning. Now, this is what we're using for most Section 1 problems. So there still will be elements of deductive reasoning, even spatial, analytical, abstract reasoning in Section 1, but they're predominantly Section 3 reasoning frameworks, and interpretive reasoning is by far the one that we use the most in Section 1. All right, so let's get stuck into our interpretive reasoning framework. So we know already that, the first thing I'm going to say is define the problem. But again, we're going to do this without the options, and it's kind of easier to define the problem. It's also usually easier to find the information. You'll see things like, what does this line mean? What does this paragraph mean? So it's a lot easier to do these first two steps. But then once we've found the information, we're going to need to do our reasoning process. And for interpretive reasoning, I like to think of finding the clues. That's what I think of with interpretive reasoning. And the mnemonic I like to use for these types of clues is ICE. So that's why this cube is over here. That's actually my artistic interpretation of an ICE cube. And what these letters mean are implicit clues, contextual clues, and explicit clues. So broadly speaking, what these mean, now explicit's the most obvious one. So explicit is just what is literally there. Okay, so when we talk about explicit, it's just the literal words and their literal meaning. What's there? What can you see? What does that mean? That's the explicit meaning of those statements. Now, as we go up to contextual and implicit, implicit is the opposite. So it's more what is meant by that statement. So if you think about different words, depending on how it's said or what was said, it can have a different meaning. And this is also shaped by the context in which it's presented. So these implicit and contextual clues really are what change the explicit meaning. And how I like to think about it is if all of them line up, then you can just take the explicit meaning. But if there's a little bit of inconsistency there, if there's a mismatch in what the meaning of the words mean, the implicit clues versus the explicit clues, for example, then these two are what are taking over because they're far more powerful in how they change the meaning of various words and sentences. So if we go through a little example here, we have something, just a really simple sentence like John bought flowers. So the explicit meaning is that he bought flowers, right? Now, there could be a bunch of different reasons why he bought these flowers, and that's kind of the implicit meaning. So if we put in something like John looked worried and bought flowers, that's an implicit meaning. It completely changes the phrase. So if he looked worried, maybe he's had an argument with his wife and he's buying these flowers to apologize. If he looked sad, that's maybe he's buying them for a funeral. If he looked happy, maybe he's actually, it's his wedding anniversary or something like that. So all these implicit meanings behind these words change the explicit meaning of buying flowers. And similarly, so these are kind of implicit clues, I'll color code these a little bit. So they're the implicit, this is the explicit, and we could also have in there some contextual clues. So John was at a funeral. right? That's a contextual clue that is telling me why he's buying the flower. So you can see how powerful the implicit and the contextual clues are, and really we want to find all of these different types of clues and see if they line up. And if they don't, we want to be analysing why they're not lining up and what is actually not being said, or the context that is there that might be changing the meaning of the explicit words that we see. So let's give this a go. So we've got a poem here called Ozymandias, and these are just some questions that I've constructed. So let's just have a look at this process in action. So obviously we want to define the problem. Now, really, as I said, with section 1, we don't need to describe the problem. It doesn't take that much because it's really just saying, okay, it's asking for what's the description? Like, what is this thing describing? You know, and again, I don't want to look at the answer options because they're going to sway me because they will be there in the text. So I more want to define the problem, find the information. So it tells us again, line 8, right? So they're usually very easy to find the relevant information. So the hand that mocked them and the heart that fed. And now what we really want to do is we want to form an opinion of what that means. So what do you think it means? So pull the clues out, find what you think it means, and then compare it to the answer options. So only after we actually have an opinion are we going to then look at the answer options. Okay, so now let's put this framework into action. So we've found some information, but again, you're probably going to be going on a bit of a goose chase afterwards. But this is where we need to start, is dissecting that piece of information. So I'm just going to be gathering clues from here. So again, that's our framework. We're just looking for implicit, explicit, and contextual clues. So there's a hand that mocked them. So it's just basically anything that stands out to you. Now, this part that fed stands out to me as well, and I'm not quite sure what that means, but really, again, we're just picking out the clues, and then we're going to start interpreting what that means. So the hand. So what hand are we talking about here? So we will then have, this is where you have to go and find more stuff. So we're kind of reading through the poem, and I'm seeing things like a sculptor, half-sunken, shattered visage. So trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. So what am I thinking? I'm thinking, okay, there's legs there, stone legs in a desert, and there's this shattered visage. I don't actually know what a visage. I now know, since constructing this question, I know it's a face, but you don't need to know every single word because you can kind of piece it together. So as we just keep looking at all this stuff, we can say, all right, this sounds to me a lot like a statue. There are other clues as well, that there's a pedestal and, the decay, colossal wreck. All of these things to me tell me that there's a statue. This is a statue that we're talking about here. So it's the hand of the statue. So something, well, it's a statue of what? Right, who's that statue? Now, we've kind of already alluded to this stuff, but we have Ozymandias, king of kings. So we now have, it's a statue of a king. And then we can start to move on. Well, now we have that. Who would this statue be mocking? So it's saying that the hand of the statue, the hand of the king, is mocking someone. Mocking who? So we need to look for more and more clues. So what else stands out to us? So if I'm looking again through this, I'm getting an idea of who this king is, right? Look on my works, mighty in despair. So king of kings, frown, wrinkled lips, sneer. So it's telling me that this king is quite a mean king. And to me, that fits. So this king is, mean, scary, a commander. And there's some of our more implicit clues there. So we have the
Oh
literal meaning
shit.
of the
Yeah,
hand
it
and the
probably
statue,
was
and then that's
C.
shaped by these implicit meanings of being mean and scary. And that changes our idea of this king. So if we then think, okay, well,
You, your answer makes sense as well though, because you were thinking in the context of the author and like outside of the, you were kind of thinking outside of the context of the poem. I think.
Oh yeah, like
here is
the
that hand mocking.
I took it like I didn't take it quite literally as the poem. Like I didn't
Well,
dive into it.
we can also see this other clue. I'm running out of colours here, but when would you mock someone? You'd mock someone who you think is beneath you, and you can see here that the only other things in here are really that the statue was made by a sculptor. Okay, so made by a sculptor. So then I'll be just kind of integrating all these things and thinking, does that make sense? So again, I'm looking for that alignment between the implicit, contextual, and explicit clues. So I don't really see any contextual clues here, but we have this idea of this mean, scary king. Could they be mocking the sculptor? I think that absolutely fits. And if it absolutely fits, if everything aligns, you can take that more explicit meaning, which is that it's just mocking the sculptor. So that's our opinion that we have, and then we're just kind of comparing that to the answer option. So is it the pharaoh's skilled hands that built the empire? Well, no, that's kind of ignoring some of the implicit clues, I think. So I don't think it's A. Is it mocking the sculptor's art that recreated the king's cruel emotions? I think that looks quite good. The tyrannic...
Wait, was that an option? I swear that wasn't an option. Oh, yeah, kind of, yeah.
Wait, but the question. Oh wait, sorry. Go back to the question. It doesn't. It was the his question reads the hand that mocked them. Oh, keeps going because I just read the hand that mocked them, but his question read the hand that mocked them and the heart that fed.
Right.
Yeah.
And if it absolutely fits, if everything aligns, you can take that more explicit meaning, which is that it's just mocking the sculptor. So that's our opinion that we have. And then we're just kind of comparing that to the answer option. So is it the pharaoh's skilled hands that built the empire? Well, no, that's kind of ignoring some of the implicit clues, I think. So I don't think it's A. Is it mocking the sculptor's art that recreated the king's cruel emotions? I think that looks quite good. The tyrannic hand that ruled over the kingdom. So you could see how you could easily be guided by some of these answer options if you place too much importance on these earlier. But I don't think that's what the hand is being described as, because the hand is mocking something. It's not the hand of power that's stamping out, whatever. It's not really about the tyrannic side. It's about the mocking side. So you can see how that completely changes everything. And then the ruthless hand of time that destroys all works. that's not what I don't think that's what the hand is about, because the hand again is mocking someone. So all of these options don't really fit. So the answer
I'm still confused about that reasoning. Do you get it?
Yeah. No, he like I think he's like the hand in his or how he's interpreting it. I mean, it is his question, so
Yeah,
um
yeah, yeah.
uh his hand, like he actually means a literal hand of the statue.
The hand
Is
that
that
mocked
not
them.
what he's talking about?
The
The
hand that
sculptor's
mocked
art,
them.
the heart that fed.
Is that what he's talking about?
I mean, is the sculptor trying to like represent the king as like someone cruel? Because
That's what's confusing to me. Like the sculptor made the statue of the king,
yeah,
and
and
then
I'm guessing the king asked him to do so. And like, is it like a rebellious sculptor that is like, you know?
right. Well, if it wouldn't make sense if it was a rebellious sculptor, right? Because it would only make sense if the king made him make the sculpture
Yeah,
of him,
yeah,
and so like it was kind of mocking the artist by like portraying the king as some tyrannical, or not tyrannical, but
yeah.
like
Figure.
yeah, figure, I guess. And it's a tough question, I think.
here would be B. So let's have a go with question number 2 now. So again, it's going to tell us quite quickly where to go, and that's to line 11. So look on my work.
So what would question if that's B? What
Okay,
would two be now?
okay. Look at my works, ye mighty, and despair. Okay, so I guess the sculptor is saying, "Look on my works, ye mighty." So ye means like, oh, you mighty person, and despair. So I'm guessing the sculptor is actually talking to the king now. So because otherwise you wouldn't call anyone else mighty other than the king, and despair. So I mean, if it's in this point of view of the sculptor, that's the guy. If that's what the guy's talking about, shit. So I'm just gonna say maybe the underscores the irony of Ozymandias' illustrates the I mean, he wouldn't call someone to despair if he's trying to illustrate their achievements, right?
I think
Yeah.
why do you think it's not? I think it's the perspective of the king still. Why do you think it changes
Okay.
perspective?
Because the king wouldn't call anyone else mighty other than himself. And when he's saying, "Look on my works, you mighty," and then despair, uh, who's the king referring to? You know?
Other kings? No?
Oh, that could be.
Got like a god or something?
Okay. To despair. Animals, Ozymandias killed. That could be.
And then if it's that, I think it's A.
Oh, okay. Look on my work. I mean, if he's telling you to look around to his works, that means maybe he's telling like people who are passing by to like see what he's capable of. That could also lead to B. I'm just seeing each answer and like
Well,
just like
did
trying to
you?
fit it to it.
I'm not sure when you joined, but
Yeah.
in the previous video, he was
Huh?
explaining. This guy was explaining to not look at the options. Like form your own opinion first, and then see if it matches the
Okay, okay.
options, because that's the traps that they do. Um, so I'm not saying don't do that. I'm just saying that's what
Yeah.
he said not to do.
Okay, okay, okay. Look on my works, you mighty in despair. Okay. My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, you mighty and despair.
Yeah, and that's that semicolon there. Like that's a nice bit of grammar for once. And I think that semicolon still means that it's the
Uh,
king talking.
okay, so if Ozymandias is talking,
Yeah.
so
It could be B, as well.
yeah, like if you look around to his works and despair.
Yeah, but yeah, because I would actually I'm leaning more to B because if you want someone else to like despair, you would show your strength.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't think it's C or D anymore. So
okay.
I want to say it's either A or B, and I'm gonna go towards. Oh shit! Look at my works, but the works point towards like architectural triumphs. Shit. Which one do you go with? A or B? Or
Yeah, true.
which?
Actually, look on my works. Yeah, is referring to. But I think included in the works is the fact
Mhm,
that maybe he made the sculptor make it for him. Maybe
mhm.
it's like a symbol of power having that. So I think I kind of want to go B. I think.
Okay, I'll go B as well.
Alright.
I don't think options. So I don't think it's A, the king, but I don't think that stamping out, whatever, it's not really about the tyrannic side. It's about the mocking side. So you can see how that completely changes everything. And then the ruthless hand of time that destroys all works. That's not what, I don't think that's what the hand is about, because the hand, again, is mocking someone. So all these options don't really fit, so the answer here would be B. So let's have a go with question number 2 now. So again, it's going to tell us quite quickly where to go, and that's to line 11. So look on my works and just mighty and despair. So again, we'll go down to here, and we're going to be just interpreting what we think this means. So we need to, again, to start thinking what stands out to us. What are the clues here? So I see works, so the king is saying, look at everything I have. That's what works means. Maybe I'll just write that in somewhere. His works. They're mighty. Mighty and despair. So what do I think that means? Well, again, we already have an idea of this king. It's this mean king. And then he's saying, look, they're so great, be scared of us. Kind of thing. Like he's boasting about his works, really. But are there any other clues? So if you take the explicit meaning, you would say, well, he's a mean ruler, like exactly what it says, he's a mean ruler, he's talking about his works, and, be scared of us, they're so mighty. And literally, that is what is said on the pedestal. But let's just read a little bit deeper into it. So, what is this pedestal that we're talking about? Well, nothing besides it remains. There's decay, boundless, bare. So it's about picking out these words and thinking, well, what do they mean? Now, these are kind of more implicit clues, aren't they? They're implicit meanings here that there's kind of nothingness, is how I would describe them. So around this pedestal, there's nothing there. Now, if we just think about that, is there that same alignment? So in that first question, everything was really aligned, and we took more of an explicit meaning that the hand was talking about the sculptor, because it explicitly says the sculptor, right? Even though it's a little bit implicit, this one gets a little bit blurry, but the sculptor is literally mentioned there. Now, this doesn't seem to be the same case. We've got all these clues here, but what's written on the pedestal doesn't actually match what's going on, the other clues, the contextual and implicit clues. And it seems, so I would say, if there's any kind of mismatch, you really want to be reading into more of this implicit meaning and letting that guide you. So I would say that what's actually written on the pedestal in this poem is about showing that even if you are high and mighty, everything will kind of come to an end. So let's have a look at and see if that's one of the answer options. So as I go down, so is it about illustrating the achievements and triumphs of Ozymandias? No, I don't think so, because if it was, it would more be, you could, if we even look at that in retrospect,
Oh,
what
bro,
would that
this
look like?
guy's tripping.
Well, they'd probably be spoken by the traveller, and the traveller would say, I saw these incredible, statues, and the architecture was
Yeah,
incredible.
it's just
It doesn't seem like that. It's not
like
saying
one
that.
time he takes
So
things
would
in
that be
context, one
Yeah,
time he
yeah.
doesn't.
at the time, that might be what the words literally meant, but it doesn't seem like that anymore because there's nothing there. Underscores the irony of Ozymandias' ambition. Well, that seems to maybe be the case, because what would that mean? Well, it's ironic
Yeah, that's
that
annoying.
he's saying everything's so mighty and now there's
Yeah.
nothing left. So that one looks quite good to me. And then D, which I don't have a letter for, which is a bit
Yeah.
of an oversight, represents the insights of the sculptor. Now, I don't think that is true, because the insights of the sculptor would more be the literal meaning, what was literally written down, or we don't actually know what the sculptor said, because
I mean,
all
I
we
get
can
what
look
he's
at is
talking
those
about.
literal
Like
words on the pedestal.
the
So we don't
reasoning
have
and
any idea
method
what
and
the
stuff's
sculptor's actually
good. I
said.
think the
So the correct
question's
answer
just
here would be
shit. I
C.
don't know.
So go through and give this a go when you're looking through your section 1 problems. Look for the implicit,
Yeah,
contextual, and
what the hell
explicit
was
clues,
that?
and then form your
Yeah,
own.
that was kind of annoying.
Jim's game set. Does he do that for every question?
Um, I think so. He has so I think these he's just changed. Like I went through his like all these resources and I've
Yeah.
done them before, but he's just changed the like format and added a few things. So I think what he does in the beginning, so he has like 5 different types of reasoning.
Mhm.
And I think he demonstrates the reasoning with an example like that.
Mhm.
And then there's a few other like resources. He has like a math textbook and
Oh,
like
okay, okay.
a practice test and stuff like that. So I literally just went on this and realized that the format's changed. So I got kind of sidetracked and um,
Oh, okay.
trying to figure out like what the goal is really, what he's doing. And I went to his like workshop. He had like a little like a webinar sort of thing. the other
Oh
week,
yeah.
and I went to that. And we actually did this there, so I'm not gonna do it now. It's just like it's section 2, like sort of essay prompt that you have to
Okay. Okay.
do.
Are you trying to get good in section 1 and 2? I mean,
I'm trying to I'm mainly focused on 3, I guess, section 3. This is just kind of what happens. I don't know. I just
which uni are you trying to apply for?
uh any really, maybe hopefully
Mhm.
somewhere in Queensland, like UQ or
Oh
something,
yeah.
like not quite like Brisbane area sort of.
Oh
But
yeah.
but yeah, I'm still like probably a few sittings off, to be honest with you.
Mhm. Was March 2026 your first one?
No, it was my second.
Oh yeah.
I
When
did
is your first?
I did it in March last year, and then I took a
Oh yeah.
sitting off, and then did it again this March. Um, I got like 50 overall in the first sitting, but I did
Mhm.
terribly in section 2. I got like 43 or something like that.
Mhm.
So I just focused on section 3 mainly. And then this time around I got 55 overall, and
Yeah.
just passed section 3. So I'm still working on it.
What about section 2? How'd you get in
I
section 2 this
think
time?
I got 61 if I can remember.
Oh, that's good.
It's alright, yeah.
Did you practice?
Yeah, I did practice. I think I did about like I think I did like maybe 2, 3 weeks of practice of like
Mhm.
almost every day I would write like an essay, like a
Oh
timed
yeah,
essay. Um,
that's good.
yeah.
Did you get to finish both of them or no?
In the exam,
Yeah, yeah, in the exam.
I can't remember. I think I finished one, like kind of.
Yeah.
And then another one, I think I would realize I didn't have time, so I just did like a conclusion of like 2 sentences or something like that, I think.
Oh, okay, okay. Hmm. I saw you doing the maths yesterday.
Yeah, that was
Um,
my plan today. I was going to do more of that, but then I just
I,
got distracted by this. I'm just going to finish here and then I'll go back to the math. How's your math?
my math is all right. My math is pretty good. My, like I don't think there's any like calculus or anything in the test, so it's just like a logarithm. I know logarithms are quite common.
Yeah.
Logarithms, like I guess gradients and like knowing like basics of calculus, like change in rates and all that. That's what comes up the most. But I don't think you have to get into the nitty-gritty of calculus. We have to like calculate the rate of change or something. You just have to know like, oh yeah, this rate of change is based off this amount, and then like you know how like acceleration is the change in velocity, and then velocity is the change in distance. So it's like you just have to know like basics of that.
Yeah, I think I think the main thing for me is like it's not necessarily the like concepts of like math, it's the skill. Like it's the mathematical thinking that's kind of good for me, I think. Um that helps in the GAMSAT, and also like my math is terrible, so I have to learn like the real basics.
Oh, okay. Hey, see your physics question. That's from the pink booklet, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I have a pink booklet, and that's wait, I don't know which one this is. This is practice test. Oh, 3. The hell? Someone
Um
named it pink.
I can pull it up.
Um,
I think it's this one. Yeah, this one. Can you see my screen or am I screen? Oh
practice
yeah,
test.
I think you can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I see it. Practice test A.
Like
Oh. Is that like an informal name, like oh pink?
is it what? Sorry.
Like, do people just refer to it as pink because of the cover,
I think
or is it
so.
just like?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I think.
Oh, then I'm all right.
And then I have what else do I have? I think I have the uh, the practice questions,
Oh yeah.
not the test, but just some questions.
How many in total do you have?
So I have this one. I think I only have two. I think I have this one, and then the practice uh, questions, and then I have it. I did the online practice test for section 1 and section 2.
Yeah.
And you're not supposed to, but I kind of screen recorded that, so I do have that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
but it's just a like long, like 2 hour screen recording video.
Yeah, I got sent like 5 practice papers and questions. They're like it's green, pink, blue, orange, and purple. No, not purple. Green, pink, blue, orange, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah, okay.
Um,
Did you buy them or did they give it?
no, someone just sent it to me. I was
Oh,
like, all
okay.
right, thanks.
Yeah,
And
right.
then I was like, well, and but they don't have like the watermark like you do. The
Okay.
person that sent it to me, they were like, oh yeah, I have more, but like there's a watermark of my name on it. I was like, wait, I thought there's only 5 of these in circulation. I don't know where they found it, but
Right.
for the pink and I found 2 online that are it's the pink one and the green one, I believe. They're like they look older,
So
but
and
I
so
reckon
so
they'll
not
still be.
so not these.
No, well, no.
Yeah, right.
None with the watermarks.
Oh.
Yeah,
Are they Acer though?
yeah, they're all Acer.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I've been practicing Des O'Neill for now. Um, I'll get around to doing Acer towards when the GAMSAT's like near.
Yeah, I did the Des O'Neill like practice test.
Yeah.
Like I think
Did you finish it?
yeah, but I think I did 75 questions to like do the
Mhm.
same as the thing, and I can't actually remember off the top, but it was like 17 out of 75. It was terrible.
Is it section 1 or 2? 3.
What did I do? I think I did. Sorry, I've just got so many fucking documents and shit up at the moment. I think what did I do? I think it was like
75.
practice test 4.
Oh, okay.
Like hang on,
In
there's.
the there's 3 Des. I've tried my best to find like the rest. If there's any other Des O'Neill books, but there's only 3 in my uh that seem to be in existence. There's like the orange, green, and the red one.
Yeah, right.
Uh,
Page was, but
do you have a question log as well? Oh, that's
yeah,
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 that's the fun one. Yeah, I log all my questions on like a Excel spreadsheet.
yeah. Same. Mine's I don't know. I like it. It's good. It's
hmm
just it's kind of messy. I find like it's not as clean as I would like it to be. Mine.
hmm I do like a few questions at a time, so I just log them down as soon as I'm done.
It's so time intensive, eh?
Yeah.
But I feel like it is worth it. Like I do get a lot out of it.
But I download I downloaded it from Phrases, and you have like options that you can pick. Like, oh, it was this type of question. The only thing you really have to just input is your answers. That's it.
Okay.
Everything else like you can like drop down menu. You have a drop down menu for.
Does it look like
It's the phrases one. If you search up phrases question log, it'll come up.
like just in Google?
Yeah, it's type Frasers, GAMSAT, yeah. They have one for section 1 and 2. Yeah. Oh, sorry, 3. Yeah, it's that one. Yeah, you just gotta give them an email and think far out. So annoying. Yeah, because I was watching a podcast with like the highest ever GAMSAT scorer apparently, and he did it. So I was like, you know what, sure, I'll log my questions down as well. I used to have a notebook that I did it in, and now I just do it in like the spreadsheet. Well, the notebook is good. Like I can like see my thought process and all that.
Kind of looks
Yeah,
similar
it looks
to
older.
yeah.
If you enable editing, you can like see all the drop down menus and stuff.
Like this is what I mean when like this is mine. So like
Oh,
so it's got like the test or whatever, or the wherever I got the
yeah,
question from, and then the question, and then whether I got it right, the
yeah.
skill, um, but just I don't know, it's kind of
It's quite good actually. I'm guessing that took a while.
so this is from like so I added my own, so I added
Yeah.
a few extra things, but
Mm-hmm.
this template is from that Jim's GameSat guy. He has a free download one
Oh,
as
okay,
well.
okay.
Um, and he gives you like examples. Um, Where's his? Yeah, so like this is like the one he used.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Holy.
yeah, it's pretty hectic.
Yeah.
But what I like about it is this step spot. Like
Mm.
every question I just write out every single step I did to like answer it.
Okay.
And like some of it's like so detailed because I have to like I don't know a like skill or a piece of like knowledge or something to answer the
Yeah.
question, so I actually have to write out like what that skill or knowledge was that I learned, and it helps me retain it, but it's just
Oh, that's good.
yeah, like I said, pretty time intensive.
Are you good at chemistry? Oh no.
Terrible.
I suck. I suck at chemistry,
Yeah,
man.
that's another thing that I have to learn is like there was a I'll show you the question actually. This will be I'll try and do this question because I was trying it with someone else and it's like it's so hard. It's this guy made it as well, and sometimes his questions are a bit shit as you've seen. So,
Yeah.
but what was it? I think it was 32 or something. Yeah, this question. Give this a crack.
Yeah, sure. Holy.
My bad.
Oh, that's organic chemistry. I don't know what an ethane is.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
I don't know what the hell an
Yeah,
ethane is.
yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm doing as well with my math with this fucking.
Nomenclature. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, when I was looking at the ASA, when I was looking at the ASA, like, questions, they expect you to know like the nomenclature. They're like, oh, what's an al? What happens if you add an alkyl group to this? I was like, what the fuck is an alkyl group?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I feel you there.
I'm done with physical chemistry. Um, like my uni had like a course for that in first year, and I just went through it it's quite simple. It's just physics and like chemistry mixed together.
Okay.
Yeah, and then organic chemistry is actually like the proper chemistry, I guess. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I feel like there's quite a lot of these type of questions in the game. So well, maybe not a
Yeah.
lot, but you know they're
Boiling point.
yeah, like and like where you have to know like how many carbons ethane has and
Yeah.
like it's just like yeah.
Propane. Like,
I also I have like a Word document as well where I like type out like
yeah.
for example like how many carbons does ethane have or like what the rule is for like what the fuck is
Oh
one
yeah.
chloropropane like I have like that stuff and I go back to
Yeah.
that as well.
I know methane is like for just one carbon. That's all I know.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
I think yeah, yeah, no,
So
as
ethane
you
is two.
yeah,
Ethane is
F
two.
I think with the F it's two.
Yeah.
So even ethane or
Yeah.
ethine or whatever the fuck it
Yeah.
is, I think that's still two. Um,
Ethane.
chloro, it's just a chlorine, and then so one chlorine and an ethane. So there's propane, pro.
Yeah, and then ethane, ethene, and like ethine have like different structures, but the same formula. Like same carbon, same hydrogen amounts, just different structures, arranged differently.
Yeah, I'll see if I can pull
And
up
that's
my
where like the
formulas.
physical chemistry comes in. Like in like the first chemistry course that we done, it has like how like electrons can be arranged into like different like shapes and how it leads to like different structures, like the pi bonding and the sigma bonding and stuff.
I've never never even heard of that.
Yeah, it's yeah, it's not quite intense. I mean, it starts off with like electrons and like what they are, what they do, and how they arrange themselves, and then it goes down to like thermodynamics. Yeah, thermodynamics comes up quite a bit in the DES questions,
Okay.
and yeah, you gotta learn about like enthalpy and shit like that.
Yeah, when I did that practice test, that like
Yeah,
practice test 4, there was so many chemistry questions, and I was like, I'm just lost right now.
yeah. And chemistry, I believe, is like the most common one for GAMS. Biology comes like quite often, but chemistry comes, I think, more than that.
Yeah, I thought there was more chem than biology, which is
Mhm.
weird.
The physics one is quite rare. Like
Mm,
I don't see physics that much.
yeah. Anyway,
How many questions were in the whole like Des O'Neill book for the science one?
so they have the practice tests,
Mm-hmm.
and there's like I think there's like 4 or 5 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And they have more than 75 questions each. I'm not sure
Oh,
how
damn.
many.
Okay.
And then they have units which have like questions in the units as well. So there's a lot. I can send you that
Mm.
book. I can send you said you had the book?
I have the Des O'Neill science practicing science MCQs for GAMSAT section 3. I don't think I have the practice tests.
They should be in the book, no? Like,
Yeah, there should be. Is your one with the how many pages does it have? 548 pages?
yeah, it's something around that.
Yeah, yeah. I think I do. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Prep test 1 to 4, yeah.
Yeah, that's the I did like I did 3 or 4 or
Yeah.
something. Um,
And it took me quite, I don't know why, it took me quite a while to realize this, but you know, for the section 1 textbook, the Des O'Neill one, the different baskets have like different skills within them. And it took me quite a while to like realize. I'm like, wait, the first basket I done was like, I don't know, interpreting like text. And then the next basket is like, the current basket I was doing was like interpreting emotions. I was like, wait, these are like very different questions than what I used to get.
I haven't really used the book besides the test in like one unit. What do you mean by like
Yeah.
baskets? Like,
Oh, so in the section 1 and the section 3 textbook,
yeah.
they have like baskets. So the baskets just refer to like different skills. So like basket A would be like interpreting basic text, and then basket B would be like interpreting like human emotions that are shown in text,
Okay.
and then basket C would be like interpreting visual like comics and cartoons and stuff like that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that was for section 1. Uh, there's more than that, but yeah, those are the 3 I can remember off the top of my head.
Hey Cash, what's
Yeah.
up?
Give me
Hi
a sec,
there.
I'll be back.
How are you?
Yeah, good bro. Are you studying or
You
just
studying
chilling?
or I just saw you guys hop on, so I was like, alright, I'll just join for a bit.
Yeah, we're kind of half chatting, half studying.
hmm I mean, my plan is to pretty much study at this time anyway every day. So like 5 to 7-ish.
Wait, I got kind of sidetracked on this Jim's GAMSAT material, but my plan was to do some maths actually.
No, easy. Maths is actually a good idea, Gammy.
Yeah, I was doing something the other day and I realized how terrible I was at it, so it's gonna be me for a while.
So much of it's maths. I'm just applying for the GMSS applications right now. The only uni I think I can get in at this point is UOW. That's about it.
Yeah, I'm trying to apply at the moment as well, but I need that like a rural document, and it's so hard to get. Like it's taking so long for people to like get back to me.
Are you living rural?
Well, I like lived in rural, um,
Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
but like it's only. So have you looked at it? How they class it?
You just pretty much get an extra bonus, I think. But if you're a rural student, then I think they give you a like a preference because it's like a rule-based uni.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just waiting on that document.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Hmm.
Like I rang, like you have to get it from like the school you attended, or like you ring your family like GP or like dentist or bank or whatever.
Yep.
And so I rang all of them up, and they were like, "We don't know what you're talking about." And I was like, "Look, all you have to do is just fill out this thing." They were like, "Well, it's in our archive thing, so it's gonna take us a while."
Yeah.
So annoying.
Hopefully they get it back to you soon.
Yeah, it closes is next week, right?
Yeah, it does close in a week. I just submitted mine.
Do you submit for your older GAMSAT score?
I mean, I got above 50 and everything this time, so I just use this one. Doesn't matter, cause like with UAW,
Oh, okay.
as long as you get 50 in everything, um, that's what they care about. Like after that, they don't give a shit about your GAMSAT. After
So,
that, it's only your Casper and your interviews and your bonuses.
yeah, okay. Have you done a Casper before?
I did do it last year, but then I got a third quartile, so this year I'm trying to hopefully get a fourth. Mine's in like 20 days or so, so see how that pans out. Have you done yours?
Nah. What's it like? I don't even really know much about it.
It's pretty simple, honestly. It's just them asking you, personality kind of based questions, like what would you do in this scenario? What are the issues here? Like, so they give you a scenario, and then they ask like two questions, and
Okay.
you just answer those questions like in a minute or so.
But obviously there's wrong and right things to say, no?
Oh yeah, 100%. You can't like you just gotta be really empathetic and like be a
Okay.
good at shoes. Yeah, as
Okay.
long as you think you just say the right thing, like humanely right thing, and you're ethical about it,
Is it
then
like
yeah, I
those?
think you should.
Is it like those, when you like start work, like you work with someone and you have like an HR like onboarding thing, and they're like the most simplest things in the world. Like, it's
Yeah,
like,
pretty
is
much.
this sexual harassment? And it's basically
Yeah,
just you like, are you allowed to come up and just hug someone when they say no?
yeah. So it's a little bit more than obviously it's that, but
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you just gotta like answer it like in a way that you just sound like a good person. That's about it.
Right.
And like there is a structure to it, like the star, like when employees hire you, like they tell you to use star method and all that kind of stuff. You just follow like a proper structure that you're comfortable with, and
Mhm.
you just go with that, answer those questions, and yeah, should be fine. I mean, last year I got a third quartile. I did like a week of prep. This year I'm like actually prepping for it, so let's see how it turns out. God damn, so expensive.
Yeah, it's wild. I just paid for the September. When is it? September? When's the next game start?
Oh, is it out already?
Yeah, yeah.
The next. Oh my
So
god.
whenever I just pay for it, like 600 bucks for the next one, plus my GemSAS application is like 250 bucks. Wild. Plus my car shut itself, so I just paid like 2500 bucks to the mechanic. I love it. So
Yep,
it's so
same.
fun.
I just did my servicing for my car, so that was like, I think 380,
Yeah.
and now 275 for this gem sass, and then now fucking GAMSAT again. That's great. It's like $1,000 gone right there.
Yeah.
So what are you planning on doing? Maths or?
Yeah, I'm just gonna finish up this little section and then I'm gonna jump over to
Yep.
some math.
Synthetic reasoning. What's this?
That's what I'm trying to figure out right now.
This is for section 1?
I think it's all sections kind of, but I think he's talking about section two here.
Ah, okay.
I'm trying to figure out like where I could like what section I could do the best in.
I honestly think section 2,
Yeah, that's kind of
given
what
you're a psych,
that's
you're a
what I
psych
thought as well.
student as well, so
So that's like I'm gonna put after I kind of figure out like after I do a little bit more of section 3 and I'm feeling a bit more consistent and confident with that, I'm gonna like focus I think a lot on section 2.
yeah.
The only thing is I can't spell, which is a huge problem. Like it's not a huge problem. They don't really I don't think they care that much, but it kind of just makes my writing look shitter like and like
I mean, look, I got a 75 this time in section 2. Um, I my spelling, there might have been some mistakes. Like you want to aim for around 1,000 words for both, so both essays combined. So like 500 for first essay, 500 for the second.
mhm.
Like that's what I usually try to aim at. Like
Yeah,
depends on the time, like your speed as well, like how quick you type and all.
yeah, when I was doing like practice essays and stuff before, I think I was struggling to get to like 400 words.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, the biggest thing is your ideas
Yeah.
and how you explore them. Because like you can write even sometimes I've seen people write like 400 words, but then it's the quality of what you're writing. Like if it's in depth and it's talking about society, about the human condition and stuff like that. If it's like a unique idea, like it's like in depth, then you score like really high. Because they read a lot of essays, so you really have to stand out from the
Mm.
basic stuff.
I think the uniqueness is not a problem for me. It's just the idea is shit but unique.
Mm. Fair enough, fair enough. I get you.
Like sometimes I'll like get quarter way through, halfway through, and be like, what the fuck am I talking about right now?
All right, what are you doing here? Fractions.
Love me some
I love
fractions.
them.
What does it mean by scaling a fraction up or down?
Where?
So to add,
Make the denominator the same. So it shows you in the example below. So one quarter plus one half. So you want to make the denominators the same.
okay,
So you just pretty much 1/4 stays the same, but then since 2 is a
plus two.
smaller number, you want to make it 4. So you pretty much times 2 the entire thing. So it will be 2 on 4. So
Okay.
now you have the same denominators and then you just simply add them.
Wait,
Like the
so you just
denominator
time.
has to be the same.
Okay, so you just times this by two to get four.
Yeah,
Whoops.
yeah, because you see how 1 on 4, it's the denominator, so the number at the bottom, it's 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, so essentially you want to get that in
Okay,
like in both of them.
okay, but wasn't there another step? Did you say? So I times this by four. I times this by two to get four, and then did you
Yeah,
say there
that's
was
it.
another? Okay, okay, okay.
And that's it. That's you had that. Then you just simply add them. So the top 2 numbers you add, and the bottom 2 numbers you add.
Okay. Okay, so you add both, so it's two over eight.
No, no, no. So first of all, you have to make. So you see, okay, first you see how it's 1 on 4 plus 1 on 2. You
Uh huh.
can't add that.
Right.
That's like a law. Like you can't add
Yeah.
um fractions that have different denominators. So denominator is the bottom, the number at the bottom.
Mhm.
So what you have to do is it's a must that you make the denominators the same.
Sure. I'm with you there.
Yeah. So here in this case,
So it ends
you
up
pretty much, yep, 1 plus 1 on 2.
so I've times 2 by 4, right?
Yeah, but
I
then
mean,
what do you also have to do? So when you times the bottom number, you also have to times the top number.
oh, okay. So I get
That's a whole number there. So you have to times both things by 2.
like that.
Yep.
Okay.
And then now you simply add the top numbers. What's the top number? 3, and then over. You leave the bottom number the same.
Okay. Yeah, right.
You don't change the bottom number. You just only add the top number.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
fractions. It's the same thing with subtraction.
Okay.
But then multiplication, it's different. So is division.
And can I not? Can I plus here? Like, so could I plus?
Remember?
So, so for 1/4
Mm-hmm.
plus 1/2, can I plus 2 onto this? So it becomes plus 2 equals 4, and then plus 2 equals 3. Oh, sorry, plus 2 equals 3. Can I do that?
Give me a sec. I'm just gonna see if you can contradict this, because that's not how I've been taught.
Okay.
Just give me like a minute. 1 on 4. And now you can't do that.
Okay.
Okay, try using. I'll show you why.
Okay.
So do the same thing you did just before. Just start now, instead of 1 on 4, write 1 on 5,
Instead of
and then
like,
plus 1 on 2. Let me know what you get. Like using that thing you just tried.
okay.
Yeah.
So I plus 2 down here to get 4, and then I plus 2 to here to get 3. And then the next
Okay,
step.
no, don't worry about this one. Just
Oh,
cancel
then
this whole thing
do the
out.
next
All right, so
question.
just do 1 on 5. And I'm just giving you an example. 1 on 5 plus 1 on 2. Just do that. See what you get.
Okay. So I go
Wait, this is a bit
plus 3.
extra steps for you though.
Okay. It's all good.
Let's see if you can like do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to plus 3, 5, and then 4, and then what do? I keep that the same. So
I
5.
think I went a step ahead, but it's alright.
That's what I get.
Nah, see that's incorrect.
Yeah, right.
So, what you have to do here is you have to find a shared common denominator. So if you look at example 3 on that in the PDF, so example 3. So you see how it's 1 plus 5 plus 1 plus 8?
Yeah.
Yep, so the shared common denominator, so both numbers, like they need to have the lowest common denominator. So that pretty much means what's something that both numbers, reach. So in this case would be 40. So like 5 times 8 is 40. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I get what you mean. I don't really. I've done this
Yeah, no,
before,
no,
but I
no, no, no.
forget.
Yeah. I'm just trying. It's really hard to explain it because this is like just
Um.
mental for me. The
So
lowest common
yeah.
denominator.
So how do I find that? How do you get that?
So lowest common denominator is essentially the lowest common multiple of both numbers.
Lowest common
So
multiple of those numbers. Okay.
so yeah, you want the lowest number at the bottom, but then has to be a multiple that the both numbers can be,
Can
like
go into.
multiplied into. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you look at example 1 again.
So 5 times, uh, 5
No, wait,
times.
let's
Okay.
go. Let's just go back to example 1. Don't worry about the 5.
Okay.
All right. It's the lowest common denominator here is 4 because 2 goes into 4 twice. So 2 does go into 4. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's essentially what it's trying to say. So
Okay.
lowest common multiple.
Yeah.
You can
Got
also think of it as that way.
Okay. That makes sense. How do you? Is there a fast way to do it for like it would take me, it would take me an embarrassingly long time to do 5 and 8. I reckon. Like, how do you,
Yeah, honestly, like, so 5 or yeah, it's a bit of mental thing
how
here.
do you do it in your head? Do you just go? Do you just go like?
Usually, okay, usually I just how do I do it in my head?
Because I'm not gonna
That's a good
lie, I
question.
don't know my 8 times
No,
tables.
no, that's good. That's good. How would you do it in your head? Okay, so like I guess like you can think of it in this way. Like, it's 5, 10, 15, 20. That much you know.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Okay.
On a good
So
day.
eventually it's like either 15 or 20 or 25 and but
Hmm.
then with other numbers like 8, you just pretty much like I think you do need to know tables here, like your basic
Sure, I mean, I can
multiplication.
go like 8, 16, 24, 32. Like, I could
Yeah.
do that, yeah, sure.
Yeah, so until you reach like the lowest common multiple. So you just keep going. Start from 8.
Okay, so,
All right, so does 5
yeah,
go into 8 like
no,
as a whole?
no.
No, it doesn't, right?
Right.
Does it
5
go
going
into
to
16 as a
16,
whole?
no, yeah, okay, okay, I see what you, yeah.
Yeah, so you just keep going, 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 and then you reach 40. So 5 does go into 40 8 times. So that's a common
Yeah,
denominator
okay.
between them both.
And I guess you could use little tricks as well, like, it has to be end in either a 5 or a 0, because it's a
Yeah, but
5.
but what if you get like 1 on 13 times, 1 on 12? What would you do then?
If you get what?
Like 1 on 13
Right,
plus 3 on 12, something like that. That's when you gotta think on your feet a bit.
right.
But essentially, look, what you can do, to be honest, um, the easier way, I think how I did this, just give me a sec. Actually, good that I'm going through this with you because I know what I can do, but it's so hard to explain it. Like,
Yeah, I think a lot of these things turn into like procedural stuff, like procedural memory, and it's hard to make explicit what you're doing when it's automatic.
yep, yep. Uh, give me a sec. Okay, now, okay, that's what I did as well. That's what the example did. Sorry, what were you asking before? What was your exact question?
What was the question? I don't think there was one.
Okay, never mind then. Because like, look, this kind of stuff you do need to like just know,
Yeah,
like the
100%.
lowest common multiple. You need to know your multiplication. That's a must, and your division as well. Luckily, multiplication is the easiest one out of them all. You just multiply the top 2 numbers, and then you just multiply the bottom 2 numbers.
Okay.
So like, you see that example there. So
Yeah.
4 times 2 is 8 over 3 times 5 is 15. 8 over 15 done.
Okay.
Division is a bit, tricky.
Okay. This is wild.
You actually have an advantage since you're a rural student, to be honest. This is like
Say again,
a
sorry.
big thing. Like you have an advantage given you're a rural student.
It's relatively small though, right? Like it's I think isn't it like 30% of places are
Oh, like yes, but
and I think that the
you
number
you don't
of
need a competitive mark as like like non-rural students do.
right
So
I
that
think the
that's
number
that's
of
really good. But
rural
then at the same time, it's fair enough. Like
I think the number of rural students are actually pretty high though because it's not like
really,
when they say rural, it's not like, you know, you're in the middle of nowhere. Like you would actually be surprised at how many places are considered rural, I think.
yeah, that is true.
I think you can like it's not based on population. It's but for example, like my town had 50,000 people in it. That's not a small town. Like it kind of is
Pretty big.
pretty big, and I'm still like rural. So that's trippy actually.
Which one?
Oh, it's just
The
like
whole numbers thing.
yeah, or, yeah, basically. But I don't know. You can change like you
The
change
whole number is essentially like a whole number is something over one. That's a whole number.
yeah.
So like 57, if you want to change it to a fraction, 57 on one. That's the fraction there. Just put a one underneath it if it's a whole number. Let's just remember that.
For some reason, I like that. It just looks like half, like a half to me. Like, and I just think of it as like I don't know, point 0.5 or something. I don't know. I don't know why I do that.
Alright, I gotta go dip now. See you later
Alright.
then.
No worries, bro. See you later. Okay, so we've been going for like 2 hours now, so and I'm getting pretty tired. But that was good. I learned a little bit, and next time we'll just move on to this. Um, yeah, we'll move on to 5, and then we'll hopefully I want to finish this book. So far, it's been really useful, and my goal is to just finish up this book and then consistently get 100% on all those questions, and then when I can get 100% on all those questions, review it maybe once, twice a week or something like that with different questions, but like using the same the same skills here. That's my little goal, and we'll work towards that for the next few months, or maybe the next month. Hopefully it won't take that long. It's pretty straightforward. And then after that, hopefully use these questions in some of the actual GAMSAT questions. So you add that reasoning component as well, and then go back to using that question tracker. Um, so yeah, that's the plan. And anyway, I'll see you. I lost my camera as well, like halfway through that. I think my phone ran out of battery, or my camera ran out of battery. So my bad. But we'll be back next time. Discord's popping off. Join that. Join the study group if you want, or join the Twitch. Up to you. The links are below the video for that. But yeah, see you in the next one, gang.